Hello and welcome to today's webinar. As I said, I am Sushmit. I'm a product marketer with Zoho Campaigns, and I'm joined by Vivek, who is from the Zoho Campaigns support team. You can write in your questions during the webinar if you have any queries related to any technical glitch, or if you want to ask any questions regarding the webinar itself or the product, and we will try to get back as soon as possible with the right answer. We will try to resolve your issue as soon as possible. Today's webinar session is special because we are going to talk about a very specific topic. We are going to talk about behavioral email marketing. Now, what is behavioral email marketing if you take into account? There will be a group of people that might say that marketing itself is a behavioral process where people try to understand and gauge the behavioral metrics and the engagement strategies of the consumers, or the contacts, or the recipients of emails and messages. Well, that's true. That's definitely true. However, behavioral marketing or behavioral email marketing specifically, if you are to say, then that is strategizing the email marketing approach from the perspective of the email marketer completely on the basis of the engagement factor of the contacts or the interactivity of the contact. What happens in that case, you will see that there are lots of changes that happen. There are lots of positivities to it, lots of benefits that you can come across. We will see them. The normal marketing approach is not bad necessarily, but again, it has its own hindrances. It's very limited. In case of a normal marketing approach, you might be aware of the tastes and preferences of your contacts, but not necessarily but not necessarily the tastes and preferences that tend to change among your contacts. Now, tastes and preferences in a market where products and services are available in plenty, you can expect their tastes and preferences to change. They might jump from one brand to another. So, taken into account that quick transition, if you are following a behavioral marketing pattern, then it will be good for you. But in case if you're going ahead with a normal email marketing approach, you might tend to send content which might have been accurate 2 months back, but not 2 months hence. Inaccurate time. Now, when we are talking about inaccurate time, you will see that in case of email recipients or contacts, sending out emails at the right time can be a tricky affair because some people might want the emails early in the morning before they're going out to work, and some people prefer emails in the evening when they're returning from. Now, what happens is your email can be a very important one. However, if your email gets lost in the clutter of other emails in the inbox, then reaching out to that particular contact once again in a timely basis, in a timely manner, might be a task. And at the end of the day, your connection with your contacts or your email recipients or subscribers might be affected. And all these hindrances or obstacles or drawbacks lead to the greatest drawback, that is lack of engagement. And when there is lack of engagement, when there is no connection between the marketer, the email sender, and the recipient or the contact on the other side, what happens is unsubscribes increase. They will unsubscribe from certain topics, or they might just unsubscribe from receiving any form of content from you at the same point of time, which again leads to very low ROI. However, if you have a behavioral marketing approach, you stand a chance to gain in many ways. Number one is your content that you're going to send out is going to be very accurate. It's going to be authentic because you're keeping in touch with your contacts very often, and you can gauge the change in their tastes and preferences because they will let you know if they unsubscribe from a certain topic. You will know that you don't need to send out content related to that topic. You can suggest them some new topic based on their engagement pattern and their behavior. And in that case, you can not only be relevant with your brand, with your products in the minds of your contacts, but at the same point of time, you'll be helping them. And helping your contacts should be the best and the foremost objective of an email marketer. With that, you can also understand when is the right time to send an email to them. When I'm saying right time to send an email to them, I'm definitely meaning that when you're sending emails to them on a regular basis, you can definitely understand what is the right time that they are going to open the email and at what point of time they should open the email and everything. So if you get to know at what time you should send out the email, it actually becomes easier for you to really understand how to get into the inbox at the right time. You needn't be the first to get into the inbox, but you should be in the inbox at the right time. All these lead to greater engagement, which again fulfills your objective of getting maximum ROI. It fulfills the objective of the email recipient or the contact because you are giving the right content to them, which will help them understand your brand better, understand your products and services better, and make better choices regarding that. Now, why does this happen? Why does this greater engagement happen? Because both are marketing approaches. A normal marketing approach as well as a behavioral marketing approach are both approaches towards email marketing. But why do we see such a change? It's because in case of behavioral marketing, you are specifically looking at targeted contacts. What do you mean by targeted contacts? If anyone says like, what do I mean by targeted contacts? You can say contacts who you know are going to respond to the content that you're going to send. Contacts who you know are going to engage with the content that you're going to send. Contacts who you know are going to send you feedback regarding the content that you send. And contacts who are going to be active in your mailing list. These aspects are very necessary if you are going to look into your email marketing strategy from the perspective of sustenance over a long period of time. The first aspect of behavioral email marketing comes from that time when your contacts are entering into your database. And the first and foremost should be sign up form. Now, as you can see that there is this picture of three types of sign up forms. And what does a sign up form do? It takes the basic and the necessary information from your contacts. The most basic being the email address, then comes the secondary ones as the first name and second name. However, what you can do is let's take a long form, for example. In this long form, as you can see, the contact email, first name, and last name, you can see all these over here. These are definitely information that will help you go ahead and practice behavioral marketing in the long run. But there are other things that can help you as well. For example, you can customize a field. Now, when I'm saying you can customize a field, you can customize a field something like this. We are going to take into account an imaginary company called Zilker Foods and Beverages. Now, if Zilker Foods and Beverages were to go ahead and practice behavioral marketing, what would they do? That is the scenario that we are going to create today. So let's say Zilker Food and Beverages creates one particular category. And you can see over here, you can see that they are asking for what kind of input do you want to provide over here? Integer, text, email, phone, date and time, and there are other options as well. We'll go with the text one. As you can see now, there is this new question that is their favorite beverage. Now, if Zilker Food and Beverages were to go ahead and send this sign up form or embed that in particular places within their website or in any other form, they can float it across to the people. And if the people had to sign up this sign up form and enter the database, first let me show you how can you add this. You can just drag and drop this particular field over here. So let's say what happens is if someone enters the sign up form, they will have to provide these details. Again, providing these details will necessarily help you understand what kind of content do they want. Now, you might tell me that what kind of content do they want? How do I understand by only knowing their favorite beverage? Yes, I get to know their specificities regarding the product or a particular product under the brand. But again, what kind of content am I supposed to send to this person? How do I understand? We will move to another topic right after this one, but I just want to transit into that and want to go into a segue. I want to create the segue by showing you something. That is, you can see that there are topics over here. Now, in case of topics, what you can do is topics. I will again go into this in details right after this. Topics are something that helps you understand what kind of content do these people want. Topics are for the public, where they can choose what kind of content under what kind of category are they interested in, and they can go accordingly and they can choose that. So here you can choose a topic. Let's say you want to say updates, and you can go ahead and choose updates over here. I'm sorry. So yeah, you can choose a particular topic and you can associate those topics in this particular place. Based on which, what happens is any topic that you provide in your sign up form, you can also allow the people who fill up the sign up form, look into those particular topics and choose the topics from among these. Let's say you want to go with prospects or monthly newsletters or active subscribers, whatever you want. You can put them in this sign up form itself, and your contacts can choose the particular topic from here and subscribe for those content only. So not only you get to know what is the favorite beverage or a particular product under your brand, you also get to know under that particular beverage what kind of content are you supposed to send to this person. Again, you are giving them the chance to interact with you in a greater way and to let you understand about their behavioral pattern. Next, we will move to topic management. As I was saying, topic management helps you create your topics under a brand or a product and allow people to choose what kind of content they want. Now, there are two hierarchies, a brand level hierarchy and a product level hierarchy, one related to a single brand with a single kind of product and the other one with multiple products under a brand. Now, in this case, you can see that there are various topics. Now, these topics will have specialized content under these kind of topics. Based on these, if you send out a topic management, based on these, if you send out a list of topics to people to choose, you will understand as to what kind of content you are to send out to them. That helps you with topic management. And there's another thing that helps you with topic management, that is, now if you are going to create an email campaign, as I was saying, you have to be very specific when it comes to behavioral email marketing, right? So if you have to create an email campaign, you have to associate that particular email campaign with a topic. If only you do that, then you will send out the email campaign to only those people who have subscribed for that particular content. So if I am choosing, let's say, an updates or anything, or monthly newsletter or anything, or a holiday season offer, I will be sending out the email campaign only to those people who have subscribed for that particular kind of content from me, or who are under that particular topic. Now, you might know, as I was talking about time, there is an option called send time optimization, which helps you understand immediately after getting your email campaign reviewed. And during that time, you can choose at what time do you want to send out the email campaign. Do you want to send out immediately? Do you want to send out based on the time zone of your contact or your time zone, or do you want to send out at a time which is most favorable for for the contact to open the email? Now that is dependent on the previous interactions that they have made in accordance to your emails, related to your emails that you have sent out. That helps you understand, or that helps you choose a particular time when you can send out the email to them. That is automatically done from this side under the category of send time optimization. That will help you reach the email that will help you reach the contact's inbox at the right time, so that your email doesn't get lost in the clutter of the other email. All right. So as I said, that topic management, again, it takes that extra step and increases the sense of behavioral engagement with your contacts. Next, we will move to survey campaigns. Now, as you can see, and as we all know, survey campaigns, as the word says, is an email campaign where you send out a survey form or a survey uh, section to the people, where they will definitely go ahead and interact with that, give their feedback, provide their ratings, and all those interactive elements will be provided. Now, what do you understand from the survey campaign? Now, you might tell me, right? I have talked about uh, sign up forms, I talked about topic management. Now, I'm talking about survey campaigns. These are different ways of interacting with people. Exactly. But again, it comes to a very consistent uh, pattern at the end. I'll show it to you how. But before that, let's discuss a bit about survey campaigns. Now, what happens with survey campaigns is, as I showed, in case of lists, you could go ahead and you had the idea of allowing the people to tell you what are their preferences, where do they come from, what is their email ID, and everything. Now, there can be a few things. Now, let's say once the contact has already entered your list, how do you go ahead and interact with them and get to know the changes in their tastes and preferences? You cannot send out another sign up form to them, right? That will be like sending out too many sign up forms to one particular customer or contact on a regular basis. That will be very bad practice, I believe. However, what you can do is you can conduct surveys, and you can conduct them on a regular basis based on your preferences. Try to put a certain gap in between your two surveys. And what you can do is you can ask some regular questions under that, so that you can make sure that you get to know if there has been any changes in their preferences in that gap of time. Let's create a survey campaign first. If you have to send a survey campaign via Zoho campaigns, you can integrate your Zoho campaigns account with SurveyMonkey or Zoho Survey. We will check with Zoho Survey. So this is for your preference. Let's say the campaign's name is. You have to choose a survey from here. Now this is a Zoho survey platform, which is integrated with your Zoho campaigns account. If you integrate it, it will look like this. Now I've already created a survey over here titled Zilker Food and Beverages. Let's take a look at this survey once. These are the questions that I've put forward. Now, since it's a food and beverage brand, so I have named it a survey for the food preferences. You can give any particular name that you want to, based on your preferences, based on your understanding, your objective, how easily you can identify the questions, and it's up to your preference. So I've asked what is the favorite cuisine, what's the favorite beverage, what is the ideal dinner destination, and all these things. As you can see, this survey is called Zilker Food and Beverage Survey. So we will go ahead and choose the Zilker Food and Beverage Survey, this survey over here, and we'll put a subject line, and we will go ahead and we will send it to them. So I put my name over here and we can use a topic. Sorry. So it can be regarding newsletters. Once you send out this campaign, you can definitely edit the campaign as per your preferences. And this take survey CTA button will lead them to the specific survey that I just showed for you, where they can answer all the questions that you have put forward. Based on their answers, you can understand what is the taste and preference. If their tastes and preferences have changed over the past few months, you can ask similar questions. You can ask questions which are a bit different, but again, will give you the answers in order to help you understand on the same lines. All these will help you understand the behavior of the contact, the behavior pattern. Now, as I said, that I've been talking about three different aspects. Now, what is the concrete area where it all comes to a conclusion? Where can I mix all these up and I can create a proper narrative? That can be done in workflows, as I said. Workflows, as you know, is the email marketing is the automation in email marketing in Zoho campaigns. So what happens here? You put a set of features, behavior-based triggers, engagement-based triggers, and you essentially put them in through a certain workflow path where they can choose how they can go ahead based on their behavior, or you can make the choice based on their data or their behavior altogether. Now, there's a difference between data and behavior. Data or the information that they provide to you is the very first step for you to get to know their behavior. Behavior is something that is the result of how you understand their data. Let's take a look at a work. Let's create a workflow. As you can see, there's form submission over here. So let's say you created that particular sign up form that I just showed you under Zilker Food and Beverages. It's created, and I choose that particular sign up form and I use it as a trigger. Now over here, I can use a specific sign up form. In the specific sign up form, I can put the name of the sign up form that I have created, maybe for Zilker Food and Beverages, which has already helped me understand what kind of topics my contacts want to get content from and what kind of products they are interested in, what is their favorite beverage, what is their favorite food, and all those things. Now, I take it to the extent of increasing the behavioral marketing by using it as a trigger for this particular work. After that, what I can do is I can probably send them out an email. This can be a welcome email. And in this welcome email, I can tell them that we are going ahead with understanding the customer so that we can also help the customer understand us or the product or the brand Zilker. So what Zilker can do is Zilker can send this particular message, sending that saying that more such content will be sent out to them so that there is a proper understanding from both the sides. Again, you can see that there's a survey campaign that you can send out right after this. Now, this survey campaign can be the same survey campaign that you have created. You can create, you can take, you can create a survey campaign associating it with the same survey that you have created in Zoho survey. Again, you can let them know what kind of content they want from you. But I would suggest, since this is going to be the first one, you needn't go with a survey campaign because you already know what kind of content they want from you. You already know their tastes and preferences. However, with workflow, what you can do is this is for the new people who are entering right after submitting the form. And you can go ahead and you can probably take into account their responses, or you can put a wait condition over here. You can associate the wait condition with a certain period of time based on their engagement metrics. In this engagement metrics, again, as I said, there's a difference between data and there's a difference between data and recipient activity. See, contact information is something that you get from the form. Recipient activity is how they interact with the particular email campaign that you're sending. Then you can put a certain period of time over here and you can apply that. The people who are not interacting at all with the emails can exit the workflow. The people who are interactive or who are active, you can provide them scores, or you can provide a tag to them. You can add them to a new list, or you can also put their data to Zoho CRM and you can understand whether they are prospective clients or not. However, if this becomes, as I said, if you know that there are a certain set of contacts with you and they are not they have already entered your workflow previously through the sign up form and everything, but these contacts are 2 to 3 months old, and now you have to understand if their tastes and preferences have changed or not. At the same point of time, you also want to strategize it based on the automation in order to reduce your effort and maximize time management from your perspective. What you can do is, previously, since they had already entered the workflow with the help of a sign up form, you at the end of the day could have taken those active contacts and you could have put them under a particular list. When you did that, let's take that particular list which you have created for them, and in that particular list you can choose which particular list it is, and you can choose as to you want to take only the new contacts from who have entered the list, or those who have already been present, or new and existing. As per your preference, you can go ahead and do this. Maybe you can take only the new contacts. Since they are only 2 or 3 months old, you can take the new contacts who have entered the list. These are those people who interacted with the sign up form and entered the previous one. So based on this, you can take the new contacts who entered. And again, with the new contacts who have entered, you need to understand that 2 or 3 months back, their tastes and preferences regarding your brand was different. Is it different now or is it the same? So upon doing this, you can send a survey campaign to them immediately. Based on your preferences of time, you can send out a survey campaign to them. And with this survey campaign, you can associate that particular survey that you created in Zoho survey and ask the same questions that you might have asked previously via sign up form regarding their favorite kind of cuisine, their favorite dinner destination, their favorite food, and their favorite beverage. You can ask those same questions now in the form of a survey, and you can understand if they are in line or if they are aligned with the taste and preferences that they had shown 2 or 3 months back, or have it changed, or has it changed a bit. That will help you understand what kind of content that you need to send out. However, now you can tell me that this will only let you understand what kind of product or services they want from you, but what kind of content they want from you, how do you even filter that out? Well, you can do that. For example, in workflows itself, let's say after you send out an email to them and you want to know their tastes and preferences regarding the content. Now, survey helps you understand the preferences regarding the product or the brand or the services that you have. But in this case, subscription management is the option that you can choose that can help you understand the kind of content that they want from you. And in subscription management, they can go ahead and select a topic. They can go ahead and they can unsubscribe from a topic based on their preferences. That will help you understand exactly what kind of content do they want from you. As I told you, all these features are pretty interrelated and can be used in a tailored fashion so that you can go ahead and choose the particular features that are provided in Zoho campaigns in such a way so that from the very beginning to the very end, you can understand the behavioral pattern of your content. Now, this is not the end altogether. Even if you're taking a look at workflows, you can understand one more thing. So in this case, let's say you want to understand a particular you have to understand the preferences of your contacts. Then what do? You can even check the reports in your workflow. You can do it by checking the version report. You will get a detailed report according to that. In the detailed report, you can check the workflow view, contact base view, and everything. Not only that, if you want to check, now this takes the behavioral approach to the next level. If you want to understand the behavior or the engagement factor of one particular contact, you can even do that by putting the contact's email address and checking the contact path over here, and you will understand which way the contact has been to, which way the contact has shown interest, and which way the contact hasn't shown any interest to you. All this will help you understand the nuances of every particular contact, every specific contact in your mailing list, in the list of contacts you have entered a particular workflow. Based on these, you can filter out the kind of content that you want to send out to them over a long period of time, thus not only sustaining a relationship between the email sender and the recipient, but also increasing the aspect of relevance, timeliness, and helpfulness of the brand in the minds of in the minds of the contact. That is what behavioral marketing is all about. This, we have come to the end of the session. Now we will take the Q&A. You can reach out to us if you have any queries at support@zohocampaigns.com. We have provided our social media handle details as well. You can reach out to us in Twitter at Zoho Campaigns. We are LinkedIn at Zoho-campaigns. We are Instagram at Zoho_campaigns. You can also write to me directly. My email ID is sushmit.s@zohocorp.com. You can ask us questions and we will try to answer them as soon as possible. This is the Q&A hour. So you can go ahead and ask questions to us. Once again, I want to thank all of you for joining today's session. And you can please go ahead and ask questions now. Thank you. This, we have come to the end of today's webinar. And I would like to thank all of you for joining us for this webinar. Happy email marketing. Thank you.